Welcome to Sparrow Vision with your host, Dr. William Sparrow.
Thank you for tuning in to Sparrow Vision Studio. One of my subscribers had, after watching the video I posted on red skeletons, the meaning behind every word of I Pledge Allegiance, asked me if I knew the meaning behind the Don't Tread on Me flag, as some people are known to call it. Before we get into that, let's go all the way back to where the rattlesnake was very first introduced to the American colonies. In 1751, Benjamin Franklin wrote a commentary in the Pennsylvania Gazette. British Parliament would send convicted criminals to the province of Georgia. That's before Georgia became a state. So Benjamin Franklin had wrote, if British Parliament is going to send us convicted criminals, why don't we send them, as a way of saying thank you, rattlesnakes? That was the very first time that rattlesnakes was mentioned to the American colonies. The next time was in 1754. In 1754, during the French and Indian War, Benjamin Franklin had wrote an essay into the American newspaper, and he had a rattlesnake, and it was cut up into 8 different parts, with New England being at the head. So there was New England, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maine, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. And the words under that was join or die. And this was also the very first time that a political cartoon was introduced to the American colonies. And that was in 1754. Now, let's look at the rattlesnake itself. The rattlesnake has no eyelids. It never sleeps. It is in a coiled up position, ready to strike at any time. The rattlesnake represents to the American colonies our way of life, which is vigilance, assertiveness, individualism, unity, and liberty. The rattlesnake will never ever start a fight, but at the same time, when engaged, will never surrender. Then the words, "Don't tread on me," was added underneath. In 1778, the Congress, with some modifications, put the rattlesnake with a banner with saying, "This will defend." Then the Continental Army took it upon themselves, and they made some modifications, and that became the Army seal, with the seal of the Army, and "This will defend." That was in 1778. In 1775, before that, this is where the flag was designed and introduced. It was designed by Brigadier General Christopher Gadsden, and he gave it to Commodore Hopkins. Commodore Hopkins put that on his ship, the USS Alfred, and that's where it was flown. 2 days later, in 1775, on December 20th, the Congress appointed Commodore Hopkins to the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Navy. So there you go. That's the history of the Gadsden Flag, or otherwise known as the Don't Tread on Me, as some people are known to call it. I want to thank you for asking me about the flag, and it was really an honor to give you a little bit of history on the Gadsden Flag. Thank you for listening and watching. Until next time.